Hello all, welcome to our channel. We will be dealing with C++ classes and objects lecture 4. In this video, we will be dealing with types of class functions. Member functions of a class can be categorized into three categories. They are accessors, mutators and managers. Accessors are the member functions that allow us to access the private data members of a class. Usually, we keep the data members of a class under the private section. By default, all the members of a class are private. These accessor functions are declared under the public section and they do not modify the value of data members. It just gives the value of the private data members to the object of the class. So that's why they are also called as getters. See this example, class student, int roll number, float marks. So these two are the private data members of this class, and under the public section you can see the first member function int get roll number of. This returns the roll number, and the second function float get marks returns the marks. If you notice the return type of this function, it is same as the roll number, data type of the roll number, and for the marks also it is the data type of the data member called marks. So these two functions are accessor functions. They just return the value of the private data members to the object. Next we go on to mutators. These member functions allow us to modify the values of the data members of an object. So they are also called as setters. See this example. There are three data members, int roll number, float marks, char grade. And under the public section you can see one function here. This function modifies the value of the data member grade according to the marks. Hence this is called as mutator function. Next we move on to managers. In a class, constructors and destructors are called as the manager functions. Constructors will initialize an object of a class, that is, it will allocate the memory space needed for the data members of that particular class. Destructors will deinitialize an object, that is, it cleans up the memory area of that particular object so that the other objects can use the memory effectively. Let us move on with an example. See here, class student, two data members are there, roll number, marks. Under the public section, if you notice, student of. So this is the constructor. It has the same name as the class name without any return type. This constructor allocates the memory space and also gives the value here. Roll number 1001, marks equal to 90.0. And after that, if you notice, the same class name along with the symbol called tilde. This is called as the destructor of the class. So a small message is displayed here, object getting deinitialized as it is no longer available. Let us have some simple guidelines to define a class. Always declare the implementation of specific fields, that is the data members of a class under private section, so that it will ensure the data security. And always provide the accessors and mutators under the public section of the class so that the users can use and connect to the data members of the class effectively. Here we have written a program to hold the details of 5 students and also view the details of a particular student. If you notice the first 3 lines, the needed header files are included here and the class is being defined. Under the private section there are 4 data members, and under the public section, if you notice, int get roll number, float get marks. Of course they are the accessors, you know this already. And this calc grade program is the mutator function which will allocate the grade according to the marks. And this is another member function read student which will facilitate us to enter the details of the students one by one. And the next member function disp student, it is accessing the calc grade function to calculate the grade of the student, and after that it will display the details of all the students one by one. We move on to the main function here. See, student st of 5. This is st of 5. It says that we are creating an array of objects where we can store the details of 5 students. See the for loop, it goes from 0 to 4. So 5 students details are got. I enter the details of student I plus 1, it means that I enter the details of student 1, student 2, like that it will come. And this st of I dot read student of, it is accessing the read student function, which facilitates us to enter the details of the students one by one. And after the loop is over, one variable is being declared here, R and O, and the next statement asks you enter the student's roll number whose details you want to see, and we are entering a roll number. Again the for loop is being written here, and this if statement compares the first student roll number with the given roll number. That's why it is written as st of I dot get roll number of. This is the accessor function is used here, and this is comparing the given roll number. If they match, immediately this is accessing the disp student function where it will display the details of the needed student, and once it gets displayed, the break statement gets executed and it comes out of the loop and the program ends here. This is the sample run of the program getting input for all the 5 students, and here if you see, enter the student's roll number whose details you want to see. I have entered 1004. So the details of the 4th student are being displayed here. Hope you understood. Thank you for watching.